he is a distinct disadvantage, and I do not like this play, even though he does have Cloak Research, which I somehow missed. He's not going to be able to do a lot of damage, and considering this Robo Facility is on the way, and I would suspect, since Chrono Boost has not been used for a while, that we will see additional... There's the Chrono Boosted Observer that I thought we might see. And it looks like he's going to be running away with these probes. And he says 2. It looks like another guy was trying to drop. So somebody was saying that it was that these backlash rockets did have AoE. It looks like the observer is out, so this Banshee is going to go down fairly fast. Was it worth the cost? He did snipe around 4 or 5 probes, so maybe it was. I'm not sure. Who has control of this? Empty, with his active SCVs, does have control. And for some reason is heading out with another Banshee. But right before, wow, DuskBin decides to really push out, and this is a hefty force. Not going to be able to be easily handled by this force by Empty. It looks like he's landing the Viking, interestingly enough. And I don't see the Observer in the mix, so maybe the Banshee Harass in his base will be effective. But it looks like the Viking trying to get in range is going to be focused down by these Stalkers and rapidly repaired by Empty's SCVs. And he's beating a fast path. Oh, he did have his Observer with him. I'm sorry, I missed that. But it looks like the Banshee Harass was successful. He got a good 4 kills out of it, even though he's nearly dead. And it looks like... Oh, DuskBin's not going to pursue the fleeing Banshee. So we'll see exactly how his expansion does work out for Empty. It looks like he's going to have to push out a little bit to get in range. He does have a bunch of SCVs not doing anything. And he is 4 behind, and plus 4 more, 5 more, 6 more. So the income differential is probably fairly large, even though it's not, because of a mule. It's the big difference maker, and there is no mule. So I'm a bit confused. DuskBin finally throwing down his own expansion. Meanwhile, Charge has been researched. Blink not researched, because it is a fairly zealot-heavy army to deal with these Marines, close the distance, and just slice them in half. I would like to see... Wow, I missed all these Raxes going down, but Marauders coming down, more Marines coming out. So this is a fairly ground-heavy force. The Stalkers are not going to be quite as effective with the amount of Marines that are out there. And with the Marauders dealing bonus damage to these Stalkers, these Zealots are going to have a heck of a time slicing up all the bio on the ground for the Terran. Looks like a Robo Bay coming out, which is the right play. And if this is scouted by Empty, expect more Vikings to come into play. He does have that Viking. It looks like he's pushing out with this small force against... I can't say that this is a smart play. All these Chargelets are going to be doing a lot of damage, and it looks like the Raven is taking heavy damage because sentries are not affected by the point defense drone. And, this was not a good plan by Empty. Although I have been proven wrong before. It looks like with the Medivacs in the mix and Stim, Empty able to push through these toss units, and it looks like I am eating my words very hard. The point defense drone did not in fact go down, and it looks like DuskBin is in a heap of trouble as the Bio Ball continues to get a stream of reinforcements, and if DuskBin is able to snipe the Medivacs, you'll have a much easier time killing the rest of Empty's units. In fact, his Viking coming down to support a little bit, taking out the production facilities, and DuskBin does call GG. So it tells you how well I can actually sit there and look at and assess troop forces. The Observer over there, not really seeing anything that he doesn't see on the field already. The Banshee does deal a lot of damage, 12 times 2, so that's a whopping 24. So it 2-shots probes and does a heaping amount of damage to Zealots. So Empty walking away the victor here on Lost Temple. We shall see additional games by some of these players in the near future, I hope. Empty, of course, not rallying his SCVs because he did leave the game a while ago. So maybe he macroed up and decided to leave. But the Terran walking away, the Bio Ball able to get out before the Colossus finished, and that's pretty much it. So I hope you enjoyed the cast. More from me later. I will be casting again during the beta downtime, and hopefully getting a little bit more better and more fluid at it. Clearly I have to be able to assess troop strength a little bit better with concussive shells and stim packs researched. I should have been able to see that and say, well, wait a second, this will be very effective. And this Viking did do a lot of damage, getting 3 kills as well as assisting on a lot of things. And this is before they got nerfed to 12 damage. So great play by both players. I think that for a lot of the game, DuskBin had a severe advantage, but he decided to take it out with those Void Rays, which was very, very ineffective. And I credit this Marine that I pointed out at the beginning of the game that he was rallied straight to the refinery that was stolen by DuskBin. He did scare the Void Ray off for a little bit and allow Empty to get some reinforcements and his Viking over to deal with that first Void Ray. So, good game by both players. Again, Empty coming out the victor. So, until next time.